Welcome to episode 28 of B&D Talking Sports Podcast with your boys Butch and Dominic. We're a father-son duo that just loves talking sports and kind of just breaking down some of the stuff, news and happenings in the sports world. But first, if you could give us a like, follow, subscribe, comment on here, it really helps out, helps promote the brand and kind of get the flowing through the algorithm. Also, if you want, can follow us on TikTok, X, and Facebook, all at B&D Talking Sports Podcast.
And MySpace.
He says MySpace, but I don't think anybody has MySpace nowadays.
You don't know that. You don't know that. There's that one grandma out there that still uses MySpace.
Are you even able to get on MySpace anymore?
I'm not sure. I don't know. That was the kind of. It was not my generation.
It was before your generation.
No, it was a thing like 2010, wasn't it?
Earlier than that, probably. Shit. Yeah. But on this week's episode, we're going to talk about, in my opinion, the top 5 quarterbacks and the top 5 safeties coming into this year's draft. Kind of give them a breakdown of what they could be good, their dems, and then just kind of who they can compare to in the NFL, that like their comp between of the NFL, and then we're going to have some March Madness talk. We're going to have some NBA talk. Talk about some of the wild games that's happened over this past weekend in March Madness. Pretty much Cinderella stories did when you have your mid-majors. When you talk about the Cinderella story, yes, you could consider one team a Cinderella, but they're from the Power 5 conference. So it's kind of like, but it's still.
I mean, I have Cinderella from both tournaments.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I'll talk about them later.
Yeah. But like I said, we're gonna Dominic. He got his top 3 games from each day in men and women's bracket.
It's weird for somebody to call me Dominic.
I know.
It's okay.
So
I don't know how I feel about it.
all right, Dom.
See, that's what I'm used to. Dom, Barnhart.
Well, you can't say Barnhart because we're both Barnhart.
Well, if you say it, I would know. It's directed to me.
Yeah, but then we're also gonna have our NBA picks. But starting off with the Seattle Seahawks and Jackson Smith Najigba came to an agreement on a 4-year extension, setting to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league, averaging about in history league, setting. He's going to be setting around $42.1 million per year.
That's not kicking in yet, right? He still has 2 more years on the contract.
Yeah, well, it depends how the contract's structured. Like he could, it's an extension, so it's probably like this money don't actually kick in until his current contract's up, or they could have did it where it told, you know what I'm saying, it took over where from this. But most time when it's a extension, it's added onto the current contract, and then it don't start up until actually after his 50. It'll be his 5th-year option.
Yeah.
That they picked up. So it's just kind of like it starts setting the market for the next line of receivers to get paid. You still got Puka Nacua that's going to be getting paid, which he deserves a pay raise because I don't even think he's making $1 million a year. Because he was a 5th-round pick.
I mean, trust me, he's getting paid in other ways, like this offseason.
But financially, he's not up there, which he deserves that high that payday, and he's I think he'll set the market even higher than what Jackson Smith and Jigba just set. Then you got Drake London. He's due for a contract extension. Chris Olave hasn't got one yet. They still have 2 years on their contract, but you're going to want to still try to get them done early.
Yeah, if you ask me, Puka doesn't deserve the amount of money JSN.
He's a hater.
I just don't like Puka.
Because his cockiness. If you're a wide receiver, you're going to be cocky.
Drake London is not. You don't hear anything from him. He might be cocky, but you don't hear anything from him.
Yeah, but
JSN, you don't hear anything from him.
that's because he's all the way up in Seattle. Nobody hears anything about Seattle.
But he just goes out there.
I know.
Just got the balls out and then just chill. He's chilling.
But
You didn't hear Julio. Be all cocky and stuff.
but like I said, JSN kind of set the new market for the wide receiver market. Where these other guys come in, more than likely, I'll say Puka Nacua will come in higher than that. Drake London's, your other receivers that are coming up that needs to get a payday, they'll probably fall a little bit shorter than JSN because one, they're not Super Bowl champs, and two, they're not the reigning offensive player of the year.
I do think running backs will probably be next to we set the running back.
Oh yeah. Bijan.
Wait, what's Bijan hits?
Yeah. Some running backs are definitely underpaid. In my opinion, Saquon's underpaid for what he gets. But yeah, Jamar Gibbs, then Bijan.
Yeah.
They're both going to reset the market once they get paid.
And both got drafted the same year, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be around the same time. They both.
Yeah. So like Bijan's going into his 4th year. So Drake's going into his 5th year. So we gotta pay Drake this year.
Yeah. Pack's going in his 3rd.
Yep. And then like Bijan's going into his 4th year. So technically he still has his 5th year option.
Yeah.
For next year, but more likely they're going to find a way to pay him.
Yeah, well, something you understand is, Drake's going into his 5th year. You're going to pay him. You got Kyle Pitts on a franchise tag.
Yeah.
So you only have him for 1 year.
As right now.
Yes, as right now. And then Bijan the following year. So you got
and right now, Falcons projected to have over 150, 160 million in cap space next year. But that's not counting if ultimately when you pay Drake London, you're probably going to soon get the extension done for Bijan. Whether or not you
keep Kyle
Pitts for another year, extend him. So it's that can kind of. And then with all the 1-year deals that they're signing this year, it's kind of like, all right, if they do good, you're going to have to pay them too.
Yeah.
But what else?
What's how many years does Jesse Bates have on his contract?
He's in his final year of his contract.
Yeah.
So like could be a trade casualty, because how you say he's getting up there a little bit. He's I think 29, getting ready to turn 30. So he's kind of getting up there in age especially for a safety. But it's the fact that, like I said, with him being more into his career, is he going to want to re-sign with the Falcons next year? That's why like a lot of people are saying trading, go ahead and get something out of it for him. This year, go ahead and trade him. So next year, like I said, more like is he even going to be willing to re-sign with the Falcons?
I mean, I do look. If we do trade him or lose him, I do like Xavier Watts as a replacement.
Yeah,
because dude's going into his 2nd year and already balling out. So
I mean, but like the trade that the Falcons and Eagles made this past weekend with for Sidney Brown. Falcons get Sidney Brown, and then they do a 4th and 6th round pick swap. It's that people were like, oh, well, no, it's definitely showing that Bates is going to get traded. No, it doesn't even really show that because Sidney Brown wasn't even a starter on the Eagles. He was a depth piece. So that's what he's going to be coming in on Falcons to be a depth piece.
Do you think the Falcons made all these like depth piece moves because they know they're going to have to pay these guys.
Well, I think the depth, all those free agents signed in 1 year deals, pretty much. Only one so far that's gotten more than a 1 year deal is Jahad Dotson.
Yeah.
Which his is only a 2 year deal. I think it's more or less they know that they lacked depth last year, and that's what hurt them somewhat. And then I think they're preparing for that. Maybe this isn't like they're trying to do enough to be competitive, but it's like they're all low risk signings. And then they know they have all this money next year.
Yeah, say, well, we also thought Darnell Mooney was a low risk, and he had one of his best years.
Yeah, and then he got injured, and he was never the same afterwards.
Yeah, so I mean,
it
might work out. I'm hoping it works out.
Yeah. I think the most important thing for the Falcons to come out this next season is to come out and find out if they got a quarterback or not.
I'm also interested in how they handle the draft.
Yeah.
So
without all the draft picks, but if you really look at it, if you look at it, this trade that they made this past week, it's kind of already a trade down. So we're doing pick swaps, so we moved down, I think, 12 spots in the 4th round, and then I think is 16 spots in the 6th round. So plus you're getting a player. Yeah. So you still have your 5 picks, plus you're getting a player. So right there, you could say you've already got 6 picks and picked up 6 players in the draft.
Yeah.
So it's kind of still see what other moving around they do, which I see happening. But I do think this year, going into the season, that it's looking like they're trying to be competitive, but they also understand the situation.
So like usual Falcons.
Yeah.
Around the 7-10 mark.
I think, like I said, I think the biggest thing it's an evaluation year for them, because you got to evaluate your quarterback situation.
Mm-hmm.
You got to figure out if Penix is the guy, or if you're going to move on from him, or I don't see Tua being a long-term answer there. It could happen, but it's like, how you say, like if Tua has a good year and you're happy with him, like it's like, all right, well now if Penix does play and he's not kind of looking that good, so it's like you're either going to be choosing to move forward with Penix, move forward with Tua, or you're going in a completely different direction at quarterback. If they both play and they both just look like shit the whole entire season, you're going to quarterback.
Trevor Siemian.
You're going into the 2027 draft looking for a quarterback.
I mean, there are some good quarterbacks in next year's draft.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Julian Sain, Dante Moore, Arch Manning, C.J. Call.
Jalen UFC.
Yeah.
Lornower Sellers.
Yeah. There's John Mateo, Sam Levitt. There is some good.
That's why they're saying like this next year's draft class, the quarterback draft class is stopped.
Yeah.
Like they're saying a lot of teams are okay moving their later picks this year because they're going for 2027 picks where the draft class is supposed to be a whole lot deeper and a lot more key positions.
Chambliss, if he's not fighting for another year.
But it's like I said, in my opinion, it's a lot of, how you say it, figuring out this year for the Falcons.
Yeah.
You got to figure out your offense. Like, I think this year is a retooling year through the draft, and then you're going in 2027 with some form of idea that either Penix is your guy, Tua is your guy, or we're going in with a quarterback. And then you got to find, because you're going to need to build the offense line, because you're also looking, Caleb McGarry is only financially tied for one more season. He has 2 years on his contract, but he's only financially tied for one more year. Jake Matthews is getting up there in age, so you're going to soon have to replace your tackles.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to have to replace both of them in 1 year. Plus a quarterback. So it's kind of like, it's most definitely going to be, how you say, usually when I go into Falcons season, I am completely biased, thinking it's everything they move, every move they made has been great. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm sure when we get closer to the season, we'll probably
Probably same, but
probably when we do the predictions, we'll be like, oh, Falcons winning the NFC South.
yeah. But then the thing is, it's easy to win the NFC South right now. I mean, you had a three-way tie at 8 and 9 for the division last year.
And we was out of it since like the
Thanksgiving.
yes.
So, and we still tied for first in the division. But
then there was the Saints.
hey, Saints brought it back a little bit in the end of the season. Hate to say it, but
It's still
it's still the Saints.
it's still the Aints.
But
What did I say last week? I was just going to stuff on. Yeah, we should continue. I'll have to remember it.
it was for Travis Etienne.
Shit.
What was you going? You said you were just going to call him Travis, I think.
I think I was going to call him just his brother's name.
Trevor.
Trevor's brother.
Yeah, Trevor's brother. But moving on, we're going to talk about the top 5 quarterback prospects and the top 5 safety prospects in the draft coming up this 2026 season. Starting off with quarterback, everybody knows who the number 1 quarterback prospect coming in into this draft cycle. If you don't know who it is, you must have been sleeping underneath a rock.
Is it Chambliss?
No, he went back. He's still fighting for his 6-year eligibility in college.
Let me guess. Dylan Raiola.
No.
She's back.
No, he transferred to Oregon
Shit.
to be a backup behind Dante Moore.
Damn. Tom Brady still playing? Is Tom Brady?
I mean, he did play in that flag football game.
That flag football games. He was.
But it's none other than Indiana's quarterback, Fernando Mendoza.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't see it coming.
National champion quarterback for Indiana Hoosiers, Heisman winner. Last year he threw for 3,535 passing yards, 41 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, QBR of 90.3. All right. 6'5", I think he's 6'5", 225 pounds. So he has the physical tools.
Who are you about saying?
He's just about 2 inches taller.
Nice.
Yeah.
My hair might give me get 6'5".
A lot of people question whether he's going to be a legit quarterback coming into the draft, just because the college system and that they ran was a lot of RPO based.
I thought you were going to say because the team he's projected to go to.
Well, he's projected to go number 1 overall pick to the Raiders. But then again, it's the Raiders. They tend to fuck up things.
Where's Tate Chambliss? Not even knows.
But a lot of people, for his comp pick, is a mix between Jared Goff and Bo Nix style rhythm distributor. So he plays on time. He knows where everybody is. Like, he's very, very intelligent. But the thing is, I like watching him play, in big moment games. He's always seemed to come up clutch, which I think that's what's going to pretty much solidified him, besides being a Heisman and national champion quarterback. That solidified him being number 1 overall.
Especially during that game against Penn State.
Yeah. I mean, you come out and you get sacked on the very first play of the drive.
And
no timeouts.
He stayed calm the entire time.
Yeah.
Didn't panic or anything.
And then finding Omar Cooper in the back of the end zone. Like, some of the passes he's made on that final drive of that Penn State game were just out of this world. Very few quarterbacks could have made them throws and completed them. But he just under pressure, there's no fear, so poised, composed. And then he's a tough son of a bitch. I mean, you just the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State, first play of the game, fucking boom,
Matt.
knocked his ass out damn near.
Wasn't his lip bleeding and stuff?
Yeah, went out for one play, came back in the game. It's just so like there's things to his game that is NFL ready, but then there's also questions because of the system that he ran.
The thing is, like, yeah, he's tough, but like you would if you just showed somebody who's never watched him before and just showed him his face, they're like, oh, he feels like a nerd.
Well, he's a football nerd.
Yeah.
Like
I'm talking about like a school nerd, like he'll do your homework and stuff for you. While he's out here throwing for 3,000 passing yards.
yeah,
So
like even that run he got in the national championship game.
yeah.
The way he got hit 4 or 5 times and still was able to outstretch, reach the ball across the end.
It's kind of like when that one run Josh Allen had when he ended the Chiefs' undefeated streak. But he's making us nerds look cool.
So, let's see. The next one, number 2 on the list. Like this isn't a very deep draft class. Right now, like a lot of draft boards only have one quarterback going in the first round, and that is Fernando Mendoza. But the number 2 quarterback that I think is coming out in the draft is Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback. He's 6'2", 208 pounds. He threw for 3,567 yards, 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 76 QBR. There was times throughout the season that he didn't look he didn't look comfortable in the games, but yet he still found a way to come back and win the games. Like he didn't look comfortable, especially who did they play the very first game? I forget who it was.
Florida State?
Yeah, like Florida State beat him, but he looked so uncomfortable behind the line of scrimmage. But like their receiving group, even though they had Ryan Williams, probably the number 2 receiver, they didn't have the run game that they usually have. So a lot of times the games fell on Ty Simpson.
Yeah, and Ryan Williams was having a bad year.
Yeah, with a lot of drops. The
Yeah,
receivers didn't help him out a lot with a lot of drops. So there's times throughout the season where Ty Simpson had to put the Alabama team on his back.
And he did.
And he showed that he was able to handle the pressure and stuff like that.
I feel like the more games he played, the more comfortable he got.
Yeah.
So,
one person that I've seen says that Ty Simpson's the best quarterback in the draft class over Fernando Mendoza. And that's Dan Orlowski.
maybe he knows something that we don't.
I mean, he knows, he is a quarterback. I mean, he knows how to, break down and watch a quarterback's film and stuff. But to come out and say that Ty Simpson was a better quarterback than Fernando Mendoza this past season,
I mean, speaking of history, it's like, it always seems like the first quarterback off the board, I don't know, is usually not the best quarterback that year, the rookie year. Because we saw with Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Everybody was hyping him up and stuff. And then Jaden Daniels was the best quarterback that year, the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
I think last year, Cam Ward was just...
He wasn't great.
He wasn't great, but there wasn't too many other quarterback options.
No.
Shador didn't start until near the end.
Yeah. And
Tyler
Shupp
didn't start until near the end of the end. Dylan Gabriel saw a couple games, but that's not it. So
Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart, when he was healthy.
Yeah.
So, alright. Fans will tell you Jackson Dart was better than Cam Ward. So really, that could prove my point.
Because Jackson Dart was the second quarterback drafted.
Yeah. They always say the second quarterback is usually has the better rookie.
Yeah.
Because usually they're the ones being put in a better situation.
A little bit better situation, but he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, because, Cam Ward, who did Cam Ward have last year?
Nobody.
Jackson Dart had Malik Neighbors for those couple of games when he was healthy. Wandale Robinson had one of his best years. Scatterboo for a little bit.
Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, so
like he had weapons and stuff like
and
that.
then the year before that, Caleb Williams. He didn't really.
DJ Ward,
Yeah,
but
he didn't have O-line.
no.
Then Jay Daniels had Terry McLaurin.
They had Brian Robinson Jr.
Yeah, but so it's like
they had a run game to go support him though.
and then the year before that, Bryce Young was quarterback off the board, followed by C.J. Stroud.
CJ Stroud had a little bit better.
Yeah, so it's like, and then it's like the 2022 draft class, we don't even.
There wasn't a Will Levis. Was that the Will Levis draft class?
That was the Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah.
Then it was like Desmond Riddle. Like the best quarterback from that draft class was the last quarterback drafted, Brock Purdy.
Yeah. So, but style comps when this, like I said, the comps are statistically and like framework. It's not the outcome projections. Like they're not saying these guys are going to have the same type of career, but they have Ty Simpson's comp as Brock Purdy style.
Mm-hmm.
So, timing style quarterback where you got to make throws on time, be consistent, and be able to come up clutch and under pressure and stuff like that.
So maybe your dude was right.
Yeah.
Maybe Tyson has the better rookie. Like you said, besides Fernando Mendoza, no other quarterback projected first round.
Yeah.
So he might go to a better situation.
Yep. So
Maybe a Steelers or a hopefully not Jets if I'm him.
I mean, shit. You never know if the Jets actually literally fall in love with him. You never know. He could be second quarterback come off the board.
Yeah.
I mean, at number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
But,
yeah. So.
But they also have multiple first round picks, so they could also take him later.
Yeah. Wait. Like the Giants did from Jackson Dart last year. They drafted. I forgot who else they drafted. Abdul Carter at 3, and they got Jackson Dart like 25th pick.
Yeah.
So.
And then the third quarterback on the list is LSU's quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, 6'1", 205. He had an injury-riddled season last year. That's probably one of the reasons why he's fallen down a lot of draft boards. I think 3rd, 4th round kind of projected.
Yes, he was a projected first round pick going into last year.
There was a couple of them that were projected first round picks this year and then fell off. But his stats from last year was 1,927 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, QBR of 72%. A stylistically blend comp is Case Keenum, Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke. So he's kind of like projecting as a possible career backup. I didn't really watch a whole lot of LSU games.
Well, I know he dealt with like an abdominal injury, but he also referred to like being stabbed, like stabbing pain, which because he suffered that in the like second day of fall camp, but he played most of the season in pain.
Yeah.
And then he sat out the final 3 games so he could recover.
So some of the like things that, like on him like that's positive. He's aggressive,
He knows when to throw it.
Like he acceptatory thrower who trusts the tight windows, experienced, urgent, willing to attack the perimeter.
You should
Alright.
You just changed the 4th one.
Yeah, and then kind of his arm talent is viewed as an average arm strength. So he don't have the biggest arm, but like I said, he kind of looks like elite with the comps, stuff like that. he's kind of like, it seems to be like he's going to be poised to be a good backup, kind of be capable if he needs to come in and play.
I'm just gonna say because I like him. I watched him his last 2 seasons. I'm saying that if he wasn't injured most of the season, I might have he might have given Fernando Mendoza a run for his money
For number 1.
Yeah, because the years before that he was a great quarterback. It's just the injury kind of slowed him down a little bit.
And then really just LSU altogether. They
Yeah.
didn't have all that great of a season last year.
But like, if he goes to the right program or like the right team and starts like maybe like 4 week 3 4, he could be in the Rookie of the Year case. That's my prediction. I need to put this pen down before I can stop throwing it everywhere.
Quarterback number 4 on the list is Carson Beck, Miami quarterback, formerly of Georgia, also quarterback of Georgia. So he's been in multiple national championship games. He lost to Fernando Mendoza in this year's championship game, where really
Cinderella story.
he kind of looked like one of the best. Like he looked like a top quarterback,
Yeah.
and especially coming into the clutch moments. But then it came down to that final drive to try to take the win, and it just wasn't there. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. He was one, like I said, he was on 2 of Georgia's championship teams, but he was the backup quarterback behind Stetson Bennett. But
it wasn't last year's 5th year.
Yeah.
So he's been to the championship 3 out of the 5 years.
Yeah.
So you'll get a quarterback that's experienced in the championships.
Yeah. He threw for 3,813 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 81.8 QBR. He's a rhythm passer with timing, balance, and good progression discipline. Thing is, he kind of had, how you say it, his turnovers came at some of the worst times in games. His style player comp is Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins. So a timing quarterback that's pretty accurate, can make some good plays, be clutch when he needs to be, but he also can be a little indecisive on his throws and have badly timed interceptions. He has somewhat of an athletic quarterback. He can move and run in the pocket if he needs to, but you got anything on him?
No. I mean, him and that Tony dude, Malachi Tony? Plus that defense, it was just, it was a magic, it was like a Cinderella run in the playoffs.
And then his turnover came at the worst possible.
Yes, and like he beat Ohio State in a close game, which everybody thought it was Indiana, Ohio State the championship.
Yeah,
he beat Ohio State, and then they played Ole Miss. Ole Miss just coming off a win over Georgia, and that might have been one of the games of the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
I feel like every Miami game, besides that first one, was like game of the playoffs.
Yeah. But the thing is, he also showed that he can come up clutch in those moments.
It's just one more. He just needed to be clutch one more time,
And he wasn't able to.
It's like leading your team all the way through the playoffs, and then you get to the Super Bowl.
And you fall short.
And you fall like one. It's like throwing a pick at the 1 yard line, like Seattle does.
And then, like I said, I think a lot of people are kind of out on Carson Beck as a quarterback. I think he could be I ain't gonna say he's gonna be a elite quarterback, but he could be a good quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Especially if he's in the right system and have the right opportunity. And then the final quarterback of the top 5 is Penn State's quarterback, Drew Aller. 6'5", 235 pounds. Another one of them quarterbacks that was projected high in the draft. Would have been projected high in the draft, but then just kind of fell short a little short.
But he did break his left ankle.
Yeah.
So that might have something to do with it.
But like, if he would have came out in the last year's draft,
Yeah.
he would have been drafted higher than Wild. I mean, he probably would have been drafted before Shador. He would have been drafted before Dylan Gabriel.
Tyler Jackson Dart.
Yeah. So, prototype size, one of the bigger, better pure arms in the class. So he has a strong arm, can get the ball deep, can hit the intermediate, middle with the real drive on the football. Sometimes accuracy and ball placement is a little sketchy. Like I said, he's a big, toolsy athlete. Their style comp is Joe Flacco, Will Levis. Kind of takes gambles at times. He's projected as a day 2, day 3 developmental swing for a quarterback that could sit behind someone and develop for a little bit. But like looking at it, like his body type, like he kind of, in my opinion, he's kind of like a Josh Allen type quarterback where he can put his body on the line, make it like he's real athletic, can run, and really he just got to define some of his act, which really same thing as Josh Allen when he came out.
Yeah.
Good.
I was gonna say it's because Penn State really fell off after he got injured.
Oh yeah, well, like they didn't look great. Like he had his struggles in the
first. Yeah, he had his struggles, but it's what we saw last year was not the Penn State team we're used to seeing. And I probably want to say it's partly because he wasn't
there. Yeah.
He wasn't the. I think if he plays the entire season, they might beat Indiana.
Yeah.
Because Penn State took Indiana to that limit without the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's.
Which, like I said, he was kind of projected as a top 5 draft pick last year, but he decided to come back for another year to Penn State, and he's one of them what ifs situations. Like if he wouldn't have came back, what would he have been already in the NFL? But he comes back, and now he completely hurts his draft stock.
I did hear he had a pretty good pro day at the Penn State's pro day.
Yeah,
I heard he had pretty good. And he feels ready.
So like I said, he's a big athletic quarterback that just needs a little bit of development.
Yeah.
And someone you can take him, like I said, late day 2, early day 3, and have him set behind someone and possibly be a potential.
It also it's kind of like what Chamberlain. Because in a weak quarterback draft class this year. He would have been projected to be like a top 5 quarterback in the draft, but he's going back for another year and he's coming out next year in a loaded draft.
Well, the same way with Dante Moore.
Yeah, so it's
Dante Moore was projected to be
number 2.
He was right there with Fernando.
Yeah.
It could a lot of teams they were like flip flopping on who would be number 1, who would be number 2, but he decided he wanted to go back to Oregon.
Then go to the Jets at number 2 pick and said no.
Yeah. So, he could have a possibly same situation as Drew Aller did this past season, where he's something that things just don't go right, and his draft stock completely drops.
Yeah.
Which, I understand going back because you feel like you're not quite ready to make that jump, but then it's also you're projected 1 or 2 in the draft. All you're doing is possibly hurting your draft stock.
Yeah. Also,
you can't improve it.
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly why he went back. Maybe it's because he feels like he wasn't ready yet.
Drew Aller?
Yeah.
Drew Aller, I think when he decided to make that go back, he didn't like the finish of last year's season, in the playoffs and stuff like that. Because they were pretty much right there till the end, almost making the national championship last year. He just had a sour taste in his mouth where he wasn't happy how it ended.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go back and try to rewrite it. And
It's, like so. Well, I'm saying because some people who rejected this first round picks go back as like NIL money and stuff,
Yeah.
which I don't like. It's like if you go back to college because of the NIL money, because somebody's paying you to go back, is the NFL really your dream?
that's what I'm saying. It's like, how do they love the money more than do they love the game? And the way you look at it, the sooner you get to the NFL, the sooner you can get to that second contract, that's where the real payday is.
Yes, and it's like because unless you're getting like these big time places, they know that the NIL money is going to have you make more
Then what?
than you would do in the NFL. So it's like. Plus if you're a projected first round pick and you go back because of NIL money, and you have a terrible season,
You're losing out on millions of dollars.
Yes.
Just like I said, Drew Aller, he went. I would say Drew Aller, even Dante Moore, they're going back for good reasons.
yeah,
They're going back to like Drew Aller. He went back to try to finish the story and make that because he didn't like the outcome of that playoff game. Dante Moore feels he ain't quite ready to make that next step to the NFL. Like, so he wants to go back and learn for another year because he's only had 1 year of full-time starter.
Yeah,
because he sat behind Dylan Gabriel the previous year.
Yeah, so it's like I understand those cases and stuff.
Yeah.
But why is Chamberlain?
Yeah.
Why are you trying this hard to go back for another year?
Yeah.
You're already like a 6-year senior. So it's like,
yeah, I get, I can, how do you say, because 4 of those years he was at Division II.
yeah,
Like, maybe he's trying to get a little bit more
film.
Like, 'cause I don't think anybody was talking about him being a first-round pick just coming out in this draft. So, like, I can see where he's like, all right, I can go and improve my draft stock a little bit, but to fight this hard for it,
Yeah,
it's like come on.
Do you even want to be in the NFL?
Yeah. And then,
And like the playoff one he had was magical.
yeah,
So it's
he just fell short of being in the national championship.
like any team, he ran into the other team being magical. Miami cost him back.
Like, nobody projected Ole Miss to beat Georgia.
No,
Like,
it was like the magical Ole Miss team versus the magical Miami team to face the beast Indiana.
yeah, it's just so much, like, even going through that with the whole Lane Kiffin leaving to go to LSU,
Yeah.
whether or not they're going to have coaches, players, who's going with Lane Kiffin, who's not. Like, there's so many distractions. Like, everybody wrote off Ole Miss even being able to beat Georgia. And then they did it. And then they almost beat Miami, too.
Yeah, I
So-
was one of those teams. I was one of those people.
But it's just, like, sometimes these players are going back for the wrong reasons, but then there's guys going back for good reasons.
Yeah.
Like I said, Drew Aller, I feel that his was a good reason. He felt that he could have performed better in that last game of his in the playoffs previous season.
Yeah.
And he wanted to try to improve on that. Dante Moore, he's going back to learn. I can understand it. But it's like you're projected 1 or 2 in the draft pick. You're not going to improve your draft stock anymore. Yes, you can learn a little bit more and become a better quarterback. But like you said, he also saw who had that number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
Now you go back for another year. You're coming out in a loaded draft class, quarterback draft class for next season. But now if you're going to one of the top teams in the draft, it's because you're going to a bad situation. Now you come out in a loaded draft class, you could go to multiple different teams. Maybe you could fall back a little bit in the draft, end up in a better situation.
And like I guess he's the number 2. He would have been the number 2 drafted, which would have been the Jets. Yeah, he can prove it, be the number 1 draft and be the number 1 pick. But the Jets might still be there.
I know.
You thought you was a you thought, because you're the number 2 pick. You thought you improve going back another year, try to be the number 1 pick?
Right.
We the Jets. we still got the number 1. We had the number 1 pick.
They got 3 picks next year.
Yes.
So they got 3 number 1s next year.
So nothing more. You will be a Jet. Watch. At some point, I don't care if you come out this year, next year, 2027, 2028.
He's just changing up a different shade of green.
Look, I don't care if it's this year, next year, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. I don't care if it's 2050. Whenever you decide to come out, you're going to be a New York Jet. There's no escaping it.
All right. Well, there are the top 5 quarterbacks quarterback draft prospects coming into the 2026 draft and this season. Now we're going to move on to the top 5 safeties in the draft class. Number 1 safety in the draft class, Ohio State safeties, Caleb Downs, coming in at 6 foot, 205 pounds. Had 45 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1 pass deflection. Probably one of the most talented, probably the best athlete, best player coming out in this draft.
Yeah.
Overall. He's probably going to fall down a little bit just because he plays safety. It's a non-premium position.
Yeah.
So that's going to kind of drop him down on some teams' draft. He's still going to be a top 10, top 15 pick. I'm not saying he's going to fall out first round, but he ain't going to be in the top 5 draft picks just because he's a safety. If he wasn't a safety, if he was a corner, he'd probably go 1 or I wouldn't say 1. He'd probably go 2 if he was a corner.
Plus he's pretty good at blitzing.
Yeah.
So you get that a guy that can cover, and a guy that can just go out there, go blitz.
His pure instincts of the game.
Yes.
He made Ohio State's defense a whole lot better.
Great deal.
When there's people that say when he, as a true freshman coming on to Alabama, people were saying he was going to be a future Gold Jacket Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Just day 1 as a freshman going to Alabama. Then he transfers to Ohio State. He has 2 good seasons there at Ohio State. Leader of the defense.
National
champion from the previous year. So his style comp is kind of Brian Branch, play close to the line, can cover for the Detroit Lions, like just very physical safety, downhill, kind of like Minka Fitzpatrick. So these 2 corners that like to play close to the line can help out in the run game, can cause pressure and blitzing, and can cover. Like I said, if he wasn't a safety, if he was a corner, he would probably be top 5 draft pick. Since he's a safety, he's going to fall down just a little bit.
On my mock draft, I still had him as a top 5, but
a lot of the mock drafts I've seen have him going to the Cowboys at 11, I believe.
I'm great. Another Cowboys defensive player.
Yeah.
Who probably get traded to the Packers in 3 years.
The second safety coming out in this draft, it's Oregon safety Dylan Thielman, 6 foot, 205 pounds. Also, he had 44 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 0 forced fumbles, but 5 pass deflections. He's kind of your true free safety. He can sit there. He has good range, ball skills, tested, supporting his coverage. First profile at the combine. He was kind of one of your day 2 projected. He kind of edged his way up into a first round. He's going to be a late first round, early second round safety pick. Just another very instinctful guy. same size as Caleb Downs. Just like I said, it's the safety. I think Oregon's defense struggled a little bit at times, so that could kind of play into him being dropped a little bit. All right, and then for some odd reason, this school's kind of turned into just a
love to see
DB factory.
Love to see
here
it
lately. It's Toledo safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren, 6'2", 202-pound safety. He had 36 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 6 pass deflections.
Yes, love the Toledo's getting the recognition.
Yeah, so he kind of is a mixture of Cam Chancellor and Deshaun Elliott with a little bit more length. So it's like he's your physical, I'm gonna lay a boom type of player. I think what hurts him a little bit is the fact that he is playing at Toledo, which is one of your small. It's not your non-Power 5 conferences, so the competition
the MAC's not one of those.
Yeah, so like I think that's going to hurt his draft stock, but he's still projected as a high day 2 pick.
Yeah.
So early second round, maybe early to late second round. Possibly even kind of can slide up into the first round, just depending if team likes him better or the Oregon safety Dylan Thieneman, something like that.
Did you say cinnamon?
Thieneman.
Oh, that's just cinnamon.
All right. Next one coming in is Kyle Lewis. He's your hybrid linebacker safety. He played a lot of linebacker in college, coming out of Pitt. He's 6'1", 220 pounds. So a lot of teams, like he was more of a linebacker there at Pitt, but draft prospects are seeing him as more of a safety just because of his smaller frame and body. He has good coverage skills, so he's one of them because nowadays safeties play a lot closer to the line, so he still kind of play that outside linebacker role, and kind of he can still be there to help with the run stop, blitz if he needs to, and he can cover.
I just don't like Pitt.
Yeah, I know you're eat shit Pitt. He's probably more of your late day 2, early day 3 kind of pick, so probably 3rd, 4th rounder. Kind of a hybrid like Jeremy Chin of the Patriots and Panthers more recently, I believe.
Chin.
And then the last one, safety out of South Carolina, Jalen Kilgore, 6'1", 211-pound safety. He had 32 solo, 2 interceptions, 0 forced fumble, 10 pass breakups. Deflections, same thing. He's kind of your also late day 2, early day 3, athletic style. Useful blend of size, movement, skills, and ball disruption. Like having 10 pass deflections. So he's not always there getting an interception, but he's always there making a play on the ball. But like I said, he's another one of them kind of hybrid linebacker safeties that can play either position. But another one that's more projected at safety. So that's my top 5 quarterback and safeties coming out in this draft. Anything you want to touch on?
Well, actually, in NFL news, when I drafted, Bengals side quarterback Joe Flacco to a 1-year deal.
Bengals re-signed
Joe Flacco, old man Flacco.
So he's going to be Joe Burrow's backup again this year.
Which I mean, the way Bull was moving during the flag football game, Joe Flacco probably needed about week 3. So, because I mean, the videos I saw of Burrow, Jude was risking his ACL. flag football game. It was nice to see Jalen Hurts already in midseason form. He did get sacked by Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Not his best moment.
I didn't watch any of that flag football game. It just seemed like highlights and people talking about it. It did not look good for NFL.
No, it did not.
Yeah, quite a few of the guys on the NFL team was retired and stuff like that, but these professional flag football players, they kind of showed why they had a gripe when all these NFL players were announcing that they were going to play on the flag football team in the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, like you take, like, you have Team USA pays people like running backs like Bijan, receivers like, I hate saying it. I don't want to say it. You give like some receiver like Puka, like those receivers that, cause I don't even know who are the receivers.
I saw Justin Jefferson.
I saw Devontae Smith, but
Devontae Smith played. I think Justin Jefferson's played. But like these guys probably are just going out there having fun.
yeah,
Like they're not actually going out there really.
Team USA went out there like prove the point. We're trying to prove a point.
Yeah, they went out there to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Like they were actually trying hard, and the NFL guys were kind of probably just playing around.
Logan Paul was trying.
I mean, Logan Paul tried to play Tom Brady.
He did.
So.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady threw the ball at him.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But Tom Brady's out there slinging the ball like he still can play in the NFL.
Stephon Diggs, Gronk.
Gronk was playing. Luke Kuechly was out there, and he's been retired for over 5 years. And
Shit, you would convince me Tom Brady was still playing.
yeah,
But he was slinging it. But it's so I think it's kind of like the NBA, the All-Star game. Most of the players, besides Wemby, ain't taking it serious.
I mean, it's really the NFL guys' off season.
Yeah.
They want to risk going out there and going 100% and possibly risking it.
I mean, Morelos was getting his ACLs out
Oh,
there.
that's Burrow. It's just
he didn't get played much.
yeah.
So he wanted but like I don't think like Tom Brady was the only quarterback that looked good.
Yeah.
Cause then Jalen Hurts threw a pick, and then Joe Burrow threw a pick. But I think Jay Daniels, I don't think he played much. So
Well, Jaden Daniels shouldn't have been playing at all the way he got injured last year.
that true. But yeah, you give Team NFL like them actually trying with probably Bo at quarterback. You give them Jamal Chase,
Yeah.
Puka, Justin Jefferson, and all of them trying against Team USA.
Yeah.
It might be a different.
Whole different story.
Yeah, not just Logan Paul out there playing and like. How's Tom Brady gonna be by the 2028 Olympics?
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't try to play.
Put him at quarterback for the flag football thing. I mean, you saw the way he was running. He set up the wheels.
Yeah. But alright, so
I do want to see Bijan in the flag football.
wait, oh man.
Wait, just juking people.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
So moving on from NFL and flag football and 45-year-old men playing quarterback to some college guys where there's possibly some 40-year-old guys playing college basketball.
Maybe.
But March Madness started last Thursday. Last Tuesday was the playing games. But the actual tournament started. In my bracket, it was busted after the very first game with Ohio State losing to who did they lose to? TCU did. But my actual champion still that I projected to win in the men's bracket is still going with
Yeah.
Arizona.
You have to up it in.
And then also in my women's bracket, I have UConn still
UConn's look
going
good.
championship. So technically my champions are still alive.
It's hey,
But my bracket was busted after the very first game.
it's hey, we'll get to that all, but UConn looked good.
They're out there practicing against people just for the championship game.
Yeah. Like it might be the UConn Invitational at that. Which one do we start with first?
It don't matter whichever one you want to go with.
I'll start with the NBA because it's like less. But last week I went 5-2. You went 4-3 in picks. You started off good. You started off 3-0. And then Rockets beat the Lakers, the Hawks. We both chose Heat against the Rockets. Rockets won.
Yeah.
And then, so I chose Timberwolves and you chose Celtics, and now the Timberwolves won, which really decided who won between us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got another 7 games for this week. So, what's that, 24? So today's game,
Yeah.
the 44-28 Nuggets versus the 40-32 Phoenix Suns.
You mean Nuggets?
57-15 OKC versus the 47-24 Boston Celtics. I got Thunder.
Give me the Celtics.
You're gonna see the Thunder winning a lot this week.
Yeah.
47-25 New York Knicks versus the 37-34 Hornets.
Give me the Knicks.
See, that was the best game I could find. On the 27th, the 40-32 Atlanta Hawks versus the 47-24 Boston Celtics.
Give me the Celtics.
52-19 Pistons against the 44-28 Minnesota Timberwolves.
Cade's still out, right?
Yes.
I'll still take the Pistons.
Yeah, for you that don't know, Cade Cunningham is out indefinitely right now.
Yeah, with the collapse.
With collapsed lung. You said Timberwolves?
Yeah. No, I said
Pistons.
Pistons.
But, I mean, they did beat the Lakers, who was on like a 9-10 game winning streak.
Yeah.
So, then the final 2 games, we had the 47-25 New York Knicks at the 57-15 OKC.
Thunder.
And then finally, the 52-19 Pistons at the 57-15 Thunder.
Give me Thunder.
That's back-to-back days, New York and
Pistons. Yeah.
Back-to-back nights, home games though, so it should be, it feels, you gotta go to New York and then you gotta go to Detroit.
Yeah.
I might have some picks, but I have New York winning the first game and Thunder winning the second game.
Alright.
For my March Madness, so I did 3 games per day. So for the first, I'm start with the women's day 1. No, I'm gonna go on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
What?
Right?
Alright, go ahead. I'm listening.
So for the women's first round, day 1, the third game I got is Texas Tech 57, Villanova 52. Second game I got Baylor 67, beating Nebraska 62. And first the game of the day for me, the first day of the women's March Madness was Michigan State beating Colorado State 65-62.
So close that. Like a lot of there's a couple like close games, but then they had them blowouts.
Yeah, like it was like, especially the second round, it was a little tough to find. Because the second day, you had like the UConn's playing, the South Carolina's playing, the UCLA playing.
Yeah.
The second day for women's, third place I had Syracuse beating Iowa State 72-63. Illinois beating Colorado 66-57, and then the game of the first round for the women's, Virginia beating Georgia 82-73 in overtime. Which Virginia's gonna be
they're gonna be tough going forward.
that's my women's Cinderella story.
Yeah,
Because they were playing, beat my favorite team, Arizona State. And then for the second round, day one, I got North Carolina beating Maryland 74-66. I put that game on that just for you.
that was actually a hell of a game between them.
You wasn't saying that during the game.
No, it was
You were bitching about the refs.
I was bitching about the refs, so I'm a little biased. So I was rooting for my team, Maryland, and there were some, in my opinion, some questionable calls.
I had to ask you what a possession error was.
Well, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to college basketball, so this tournament was probably the first time I've actually really sat down and watched college basketball.
I used to watch the tournaments during classes.
Yeah. So
second place, I got Minnesota beating Ole Miss 65-63, and then the game of the day for that day one was the second round, TCU beating Washington 62-59 in overtime. That Olivia Miles for them had a I don't know if it was, it might have been day one. She had a triple double.
Yeah.
Which that's pretty impressive. And then for day two, I do got Kentucky beating my Mountaineers 74-73. So I put my own loss in there.
Yeah.
Which it was a good game. It came down to the wire. West Virginia just got screwed with the .2 left. There's only .2 seconds left. Which you can't at the rule you can't catch it and shoot. You have to tip it in.
Yeah.
If it's less than .3, you got to tip it in. You can't shoot it.
Yeah.
Second place, I got Louisville beating Alabama 69-68. And then my game of the day, game of the second round for women, Virginia beating Iowa 83-75 in double overtime.
That's probably not how you say it. So far, you probably could say that was the game of the
tournament.
All tournament, men and women's.
I don't know. There was one men's game in particular that was pretty good. But Virginia was in the playing game Thursday.
Yep.
Saturday they had an overtime game against Georgia. Then yesterday they had a double overtime game against Iowa. So maybe next in the Sweet 16 they have a triple overtime with TCU because TCU just survived an overtime game too.
Yeah.
So we might have a triple overtime game. But yes, those are my Sweet 16 game predictions. I'm gonna get your who for one of these games because I made my picks. At third place, I got the 10 seed Virginia versus 3 seed TCU. I put Virginia on here. That excites me.
The way they played these past two games, I can see Virginia upsetting making it to the Elite Eight. Give me Virginia in that one.
Yeah, I put that game this closer game, close power game. But Virginia just excites me, and TCU
ain't no slouch either.
Yeah, they've been balling too. They are scary too. Second place, I got 3 seed Louisville versus 2 seed Michigan. I got Michigan winning that game.
Yeah, give me Michigan on that one too. Both of them they playing some dominant games.
Yeah. And then who you said?
I said Michigan also.
And then the game of the Sweet 16 for me, 3 seed Duke versus 2 seed LSU. LSU has lived up to the hype. I wasn't too familiar with them because I hear everybody talking about LSU, the highest scoring D1 team, highest scoring, great offense. I'm like, obviously they have to live up to the hype.
Haven't they had over 100 points in 6 games? this season.
Maybe more than 6. But yeah, cause I'm like, oh, but LSU's the high scoring. But let's see they live up to the hype. Dropped 116 in the first round game, and then they follow that up by I have it written down, dropping 101. So they, I mean they've shown they can.
Yeah.
So I have LSU winning this game, but Duke has played really well too. So it's like something has to give.
I got LSU.
Y'all, so we agreeing on all 3.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
And then alright, so that's all I have for the women's. The women's have been, they've been some blowouts. There's been exciting ass games too.
Yeah.
So, and then for the men's, first day, at 3rd place, I have TCU beating Ohio State 66-64. The game that busted my bracket.
Bro,
The first game of the fucking tournament busted my bracket. Made me sad. Second place, I guess people could call it an upset. High Point beating Wisconsin 83-82. You get all into that game.
Oh man, so if any of you guys follow me on TikTok, you guys took notice. For the men's side, I was putting my upset pick of the day. I was high on High Point.
See what you did there.
High on High Point for the upset against Wisconsin. And they proved me right. They won me money too. So there was definitely a plus. Just like I've never even heard of High Point before this tournament. And like they showed that they can hang with the Power 5 schools.
Yeah.
So like
They showed they need that NIL money
yeah.
to.
Shit, but then you look at their campus, they got 2 steakhouses,
No.
they got hibachi grill, they got like resort pools.
Yes.
It's a gated campus.
Yes.
Like they got money there. It's just
They don't use the money from the
power. Like yeah, they're not that Power 5 school.
Yeah. And in my opinion, game of the day, day 1, overtime. VCU beat North Carolina 82-78 after being down 19 points and coming back and winning.
North Carolina just choking it.
Yeah, I mean. So that was the day 1. Day 2, third best game. I have Iowa beat Clemson 67-61. UCLA beating UCF 75-71. And then I got game of the day, day 2, overtime, Kentucky beating St. Clair 89-84 in overtime.
Well, Kentucky looked like they was going to lose that game at first.
Oh man, they were struggling.
Like there were like some of them high-ranked teams kind of. I think they overestimated the skill of.
Speaking of overestimating the opponents, my honorable mention for day 1 was Duke against Sierra, which I thought Duke was about losing the first round.
Oh yeah.
To Sierra, which
We almost had a 16 seed upset in the 1 seed.
like it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on a minute. had each. I had Duke in like Final 4. I'm
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I'm like, don't you too? It was like this. It was the same day TCU beat Ohio State, and I'm like, don't you? My bracket's already busted. Don't you bust my Final 4? And it's like, but for the second round, the day 1, I got Texas beating Gonzaga 74-68. My opinion, the Cinderella team, Texas.
Oh, that's why I'm like. But a lot of people say they're not a Cinderella because they're from the Power 5 conferences.
If you play in a playing game and you're like a double-digit seed and you beat 2 and you make it to the 216, you're a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
The fact that you played 3 games in 5 days, you are a Cinderella story. I don't care. Number 2, I got Arkansas beating High Point 94-88.
That was a hell of a game, though.
It was.
High Point had chances to win that game. Arkansas just really that Akoff Jr.
Yeah.
Surefire NFL prospect. NBA prospect. Yeah, NBA prospect.
Is he going in the top 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah, back-to-back 30-point games.
Yeah.
So.
And number 1, my opinion, not just game of the men's, game of the March Madness so far. Nebraska beating Vanderbilt 74-72.
Yeah, that was
the almost
yeah.
winning it. Well, shout out to Tyler Channel.
Yeah,
he deserved that win. That he just didn't win.
Yeah,
so it's like
almost had that buzzer beater in the basket.
It might have been one of, if he made that, it might have been one of the greatest ones.
Yeah.
Then the second day had a lot to follow up on because that day 1 was crazy. Second day, third place, Tennessee beating Virginia 79-72. Then St. John's beating Kansas 67-65.
Yeah. Another game came down to the wire.
Yes, yeah, a game winner. Felt bad for that Peterson dude.
Yeah.
It's Peterson, not Patterson.
I know.
That's all you kept saying during the game.
Same thing.
There's really not. And then my game of that day, Iowa upsetting Florida 73-72, which busted my championship. Sad Florida going back-to-back winning, which really upset me.
Like, Iowa just, how you say, they
weren't scared.
They weren't scared, and they took the game to Florida. They dominated defensively. Like, they made Florida play their style of basketball. So,
and then the Sweet 16 top 3 games. Start with the 4 seed Arkansas versus the 1 seed Arizona. I got Arizona winning this game.
I got Arizona winning the championship.
2 seed Houston. This is 3 seed Illinois. I got Houston winning that game.
Yeah, I think Houston would win that too. Just their defensive, like.
And then my game of the Sweet 16. 5 seed St. John's versus 1 seed Duke. I got St. John's. I in my second chance bracket, I got St. John's winning it all.
I can see it happening. I just don't like the fact that me and you're picking the exact same 3 on both men and women. So I'll go with Duke. I mean St. John's also. But I can see Duke winning this.
Yeah, like there's some good games this week.
And that's starting off on Thursday night.
Thursday 7-10.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, 7-10, kicking us off with Texas at Purdue, followed by Iowa, Nebraska, which that should be a heated game. Arkansas, Arizona, Illinois, Houston, and then on Friday, St. John's and Duke's kicking us off. So it's
getting down to the nitty-gritty.
For the women's, Friday, 2:30, Notre Dame versus Vanderbilt, which is kicking us off. And you gotta wait till 10 o'clock for the Duke LSU game.
I don't know if I'll be away for that. But
yeah, so
my pick for the women's is UConn still.
I still got UCLA. It's still live. But hey, don't forget, I have it written down. Where's it at? I chose St. John's as my dark horse.
Yeah, I know.
And they are still in it. So I'm a St. John's believer since day 1. I never chose Florida.
Yeah. But other than that, we're going to get out of here for this week. We're going to be back again next week with some more March Madness games and breaking them down. We're also going to be talking about our top 5 wide receivers and top 5 corners in this NFL draft. Any other news that happens. Shout out to baseball. It starts off this Thursday with the Yankees and the Giants, and then opening days on Friday. No, they kick off on Wednesday night. Opening days on Thursday, where they have 14 games. I'll try to keep track of that and bring you guys some baseball news, but I ain't making any promises.
Yeah, I'm gonna decide you're putting you in charge of MLB.
Yeah.
And I think I got WNBA. So, which means I'll have to do my research on all the free agent signings.
Yeah.
All the expansion draft.
I might have to have you do some posting on TikTok instead of me doing all of it.
But especially with basically every player not on a rookie contract is a free agent, and you got some big ones on like Asia Wilson and Sabrina. So it's gonna be a loaded. It's gonna be a lot. Plus the WNBA draft lottery is coming up.
Yeah.
The expansion draft. It's the expansion draft, and then the next day, the following day is the draft lottery, and then the following week is the draft. So it's gonna be I have a lot of research to do within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So, but other than that, like I said, subscribe here on YouTube, like, comment, let us know how we're doing. If you feel froggy and you want to give us some currency, it helps keep the lights on in here. Helps us continue giving you guys weekly product and just kind of helps build the brand. Also, you can follow us on TikTok, X, and Facebook.
MySpace.
All at B&D Talking Sports Podcast.
Got MySpace.
Other than that, we're going to get out of here for this week. We'll see you guys again next week. Peace out.